One of the most heart-stopping moments shows a leopard stealthily making its way up the stairs to a sleeping dog lying in front of a house. With each step, the leopard is cautious, setting its feet down gingerly to avoid any noise that might give it away. It continues stealthily, readies itself for the final approach, freezes momentarily, and then makes its move. The leopard wastes no time and clutches the dog by the neck, so unexpected by the poor animal. In a startled yelp, he tries to fight back, but it's too late. The leopard holds it firm and mercilessly. All that can be heard in the quiet night is the crying of the dog, until finally, the leopard drags its prey down the stairs, victorious, into the darkness. Another clip begins with a dog in the woods, lost, and it did not know what danger lurked close by. Then, out of nowhere, a leopard burst from the shadows and launched an attack, fearless. The unfortunate dog was caught by surprise and struggled in the powerful jaws but could not overcome. The poor dog tried to struggle to get free but was no match for the leopard's strength and predatory instincts. Once again, the leopard marks its authority, and the forest goes quiet, a reminder of the sadistic nature that exists in wild survival. Nighttime falls over a peaceful residential area. A vigilant pet dog senses some sort of presence hanging around. Fully aware of the risk, the dog behaves restlessly, warning against the danger imminent with barking. A dark silhouette appears. It is a leopard, somersaulting the front gate with incredible agility. In the blink of an eye, the dog bolts, seeking refuge. But this leopard is unforgiving. He leaps over the gate with such ease and sniffs down his target, closing in. Little in the way of resistance remains, so the leopard clamps down on the dog and, in an extraordinary feat of strength, carries him back over the sharp, high gate. This scene is a sobering reminder of just how calculated and deadly precise a leopard can be on the hunt. It is a tense moment as the leopard emerges from behind one parked car, creeping up to another sleeping dog in front of the house. Inching its way closer bit by bit, it stops and looks for the right time to attack. Receiving the cue, the leopard leaps onto the dog. However, the dog also ran away fast enough to save itself. Not to be outdone, the leopard gives chase. The strong body shoots forward in hot pursuit of the fleeing dog. This is a classic representation of the leopard's wonderful speed and persistence, revealing how fast these felines are when following their quarry. In this second video, a leopard is seen carrying a dog up a tree, holding it tightly by its neck with its jaws. Leopards are seen dragging their victims up to high branches of trees to eat in peace. However, while the leopard climbs upwards in this case, a passing-by ranger diverts its attention for some time. This was all the relief needed by the dog because, in that instance, the dog jumped from the tree and took off running into the forest. This means that it lost a meal and will need to hunt another one. In town, a domesticated dog is on an apartment fence and detects something nearby. A little later, a leopard appears, which reaches the dog at a super-fast sprint speed. The dog attempts to escape. However, the strength and agility of the leopard are too considerable for it to do so. With one quick sweep, the leopard subdues the dog and whisks it away. This is the pure, undiluted predatory power of the leopard reclaiming its rightful place atop the food chain, even in the constraints of a concrete jungle. In one shocking moment, captured on camera, a leopard stalks a domesticated dog that lies, unaware of the potential danger. Then, it pounces. But this dog immediately acts aggressively, barks loudly, and stands up against the wildcat. After several seconds of standoff, the leopard, apparently taken aback by the bravery of the dog, instead of continuing to attack, retreats into the woods. This plot twist has just underlined the guts of some domestic animals. Their protective instinct may be too strong, which turns out unfailing even against such hazardous opponents. In an instant, it became a leopard in attack mode, and this man was at his mercy, just about to get into his car. The victim is shocked, but manages to kick the leopard until finally releasing himself from it by backpedaling from his attack. A pack of domestic dogs is meanwhile gathering not so far away, managing to smell an intruder within their territory. The dogs attack, barking loudly and snapping at the leopard. While fierce, the leopard ultimately proves too aggressive for the dogs, and after a bit of struggle, the dogs realize it's best to retreat. This scene wonderfully and powerfully reminds us of the unpredictability of wild animals and the importance of being on alert. more especially in areas common with leopards. In the wild, even a king can be challenged. A lion charges up for an easy kill against a domestic dog. But instead of being cowed, it bravely fights back, landing a solid blow that appears to surprise the lion. This sends the lion backward, and it is taken aback by this dog's resilience. Instead of pursuing its attack, it beats a retreat, leaving the courageous dog to its victory. Such is the rare moment when the resilience and fearlessness of a particular animal shine in its standing its ground against a much larger predator. Two domestic dogs were fighting on a busy street when suddenly a leopard jumped out of the bushes and attacked. Both the dogs, startled, began to scramble and defend themselves. One of them ran away, and this leopard started focusing on the other. The dog tried its level best and countered the attack as far as possible, but the strength and agility of the leopard were hard to tackle. This is quite the dramatic ambush, showing how opportunistic a leopard can get and how they strike when least expected. A rather disturbing video shows a hyena biting a dog's front leg through bars and holding him in a vice-like grip. The dog was pretty much unable to move from his position because the hyenas had a tight grip due to their powerful jaws. Other dogs nearby bark menacingly. However, their noise all put together does little to intimidate the hyena. This is a gut-wrenching encounter that captures, in concentration, wild hyena aggression, which seldom relents, even when opposed, once focused on a target. It moves along the rocky landscape, and the domesticated dog seems unaware of the waiting predator. In an instant, the leopard launches a surprise attack from the rear, but the dog, in quick reaction to this, swiftly dodges the assault and runs for life. The leopard remains behind, still somewhat shocked by the quick reflexes of the dog. This scene shows how agility and alertness are what some animals rely on to survive, even from the deadliest of hunters. A rare sight group of big dogs brazenly chase away a jaguar, barking and nipping in taunting fashion at the big cat. At first, the jaguar tries to ignore the dogs, but their persistence finally gets the better of it. Enraged, the jaguar charges at the dogs, which quickly scatter in different directions, managing to stay out of reach. This cat-and-mouse game continues as the dogs return to tease the jaguar more and more. Getting frustrated, none of his fleet-footed challengers seized. This tense encounter catches up with the dog's intelligence and teamwork when it comes to dealing with a far stronger predator. A beautiful dog walks on the edge of a river, knowing the danger in the water. Without warning, a crocodile suddenly lunges from beneath the surface, snapping its jaws only a few inches away. The dog jumps back in alarm, narrowly escaping the deadly predator. This close call has shown just how stealthily the crocodile can catch its unsuspecting prey out of the blue. This dog lives to see another day, but that sudden attack certainly sets one thinking about what might be lurking beneath placid waters. Then again, two dogs are seen playing hide-and-seek around the bush, chasing each other. When one of the dogs stops right in front of the bush, a leopard jumps out, which really surprises the playful dog. Despite the best efforts to run away from the sight, the dog finds its match in the form of a predator much bigger, faster, and far stronger. It's a sad moment here, underlining the lethal instinct of a leopard, never knowing when the next meal will be even in areas closer to humans' proximity. Comically enough, a jumbo crocodile on the bank readies itself to enter the river, but a small puppy suddenly sends it running with a playful yap. The seemingly timid crocodile hastily dives deep into the water, frightened by the tiny dog. All this makes this countering reaction hilariously comical, showing even the most fearsome to be very unpredictable when confronted by a little fearless opponent. The leopard is reputed to be a hunting machine and among the most successful of nature's predators. In one clip, the agility and stealth is captured while approaching its prey. Every movement is calculated for maximum efficiency. Then, in one swift motion, it lunges forward and has it clutched in its grasp. The dog is quickly subdued, unable to flee from the awesome jaws of the leopard. This scene underlines why leopards realize a high success rate when hunting. These are mixed with patience, skill, and strength, which makes them fatal hunters in any environment. A stray cougar that wanders out of its territory is immediately challenged by a house dog barking furiously to alert its companions. In a matter of seconds, other dogs arrive, surrounding the cougar and yelping menacingly. The cougar, outnumbered, heads into the woods with its tail between its legs. This situation easily illustrates strength in numbers as the dogs unite in defense of their home turf and successfully send on its way a natural predator that would quickly overpower an individual dog. Thank you for having watched. We hope these exciting encounters gave you a fresh vision of the power struggles and of the interactions, often brutal, between domestic animals and wild predators. These stories told us about the balance of power, the instinct for survival, and the bravery of animals while defending their territory. In our next program, we will go deeper into the fascinating world of nature's most fearsome creatures and its amazing battles of survival.